All right, today's going to be a good day. The entire crypto market continues. For the fifth consecutive day in a row, the crypto market continues to rally upward. And me, a lowly Bitcoin hodler, I'm asking myself the question, so what do I do now? As this market looks like it's going to continue its rally up for the sixth consecutive day in a row, what do I do? Do I invest in more Bitcoin and try and ride this wave to the top? Or do I wait? Maybe now's not quite the right time to increase or take out a position in Bitcoin. But if not now, when? I mean, man, these last 5 days we've seen more positive price action in this crypto market and more movement than we've seen in a very long time. For example, money is entering the market. We've seen over $30 billion come in increments, but totaling over $30 billion in just the last 5 days. The Bitcoin price. Bitcoin's price has increased by over 25% in value just in the last 5 days, going from about 3,100 all the way to over 4,200. Man. So what do I do? Because the Bitcoin price is about to explode. The only question is it going to keep going up or is it going to go back down? Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for a video on crypto every day. My name's Austin, and today's going to be a great video. You're going to like today's video because in today's video, not only do I want to offer the most current events, the news stories that are making headlines in crypto today, but I want to go over some fundamentals and strategy. More specifically, my strategy. And I'm not a financial advisor, and this video, it's not financial advice, but I want to share with you my strategy going into what looks like this reversal in the market. So let's get into it. First off, let's take a look at the Bitcoin price over the last 4 weeks, 30 days, to get some perspective. This is us right now. We went all the way from the high 3,100s to 3,500, 3,700 to where we are right now. And this is the first thing I'm looking for is, can we hold the support of over $4,000? Because one thing that these increments, they've been incremental, this influx of cash in the market, but they've been quick. So the first thing I'm looking for is, can we sustain this support level and hopefully see higher highs and lower lows? Because if we can, that's a positive sign for me that this market may be turning for the permanent. But what's more important to me than knowing if this can hold the support? Because that's something I can't control. That's something that I just have to watch like everybody else and see what the market does. But what's more important to me is not if it can, but why it is. Why are we seeing this reversal now when we've seen such a bearish market for 12 consecutive months in a row? And I'm not saying this will sustain. We could easily plummet down to 2K, but I'm just asking. It seems the sentiment has shifted in the community. So why now? Well, it comes from my first article. This headline just dropped a few days ago, maybe even yesterday. But trader, investor, economist, a man named Mark Dow, finally closes his Bitcoin short position that he has held since all-time highs of last year. Check this out. And Mark Dow, that's the name of a man. And he's just a trader. He's not a guru or anything, but it's the name of an investor who is a leader in the space, and he's definitely a lot more knowledgeable than me. And in December of last year, Bitcoin, the world's first and largest cryptocurrency, which at the time was moving towards its all-time highs of near $20,000, while everybody else was FOMOing in, economist Mark Dow acted against the tide. Back then, in December, he shorted Bitcoin. And when he did, he basically got out at the right time, betting Bitcoin would go back down. And Bitcoin has since, obviously we know, has fallen to over 84% of its value from its all-time highs. Well, now that Bitcoin has done that and we're down practically 80% of its value, Dow is finally closing his trade. So he's ending his short. He also thinks there's a sentiment shift in the market, and this is a direct quote from him. I'm done. I don't want to try and ride this thing to zero. I don't want to try and squeeze more out of the lemon. I don't want to think about it. it seems like the right time. And honestly, while this doesn't predict the future by any means, if he thought Bitcoin was going to go significantly farther down, he would have kept it short, and he's not. And this is synonymous with a lot of traders that we see out there. So just a little bit of a green flag in the market, a news story that gives me a little bit of hope. Let's keep going. When in doubt, zoom out. Because while it's interesting to look at Bitcoin over the last 4 weeks, let's look at Bitcoin over the last 3 months. Because another thing I want to bring to your attention is volume. Is the price is increasing, but is the volume increasing? Because of the volume, and the lowest we saw the volume all year was around, this 2.5, 3 month hiatus in October and November. These months of stagnation when the volume dropped to as low as $3 billion a day, which is, the lowest we'd seen all year. And even, 7 days ago, the volume was around $3 billion. And another green flag that I want to point out is the volume has actually been increasing very healthily. We went from 6 to 7 all the way up to 9. We're at 8 right now, but $8 to $9 billion. So volume is increasing slow and steady in a healthy manner, which is another green flag in the market. And I'm not saying that I'm buying Bitcoin right now. I'm just looking at the signs. And when I run out of signs to look at, and those are just 2, I also like to look back historically. When in doubt, zoom out to gain some perspective. And this is the market over the last year. And actually, this is the market over the last year. And as you can see, we've had uptrends in the market before. And obviously, when we drop from all-time highs, we drop down to in the $6,000 range. Even a dead cat bounces a couple times, bounced all the way back down, and people thought around April that we were kind of getting near to the lowest we'd see in the market for the year. Obviously, we were wrong, but during April and especially into May, here's my point. I appreciate you guys sticking with me as we saw Bitcoin price increase from $7,000 to $8,000 to $9,000 and almost $10,000. Articles were coming out. This is an article from back in May of this year, where people were predicting that in May of 2018 will be the last time Bitcoin costs under $10,000. Boy, was Charlie SHREM wrong. And you can't blame him. We reported this news too. It was a positive sign in the market, but what I want to illustrate is what comes up will definitely go down. And when we saw this huge decrease right here, we bounced a little bit. And when we saw this huge decrease right here, a few months ago, we're going to bounce. So even if you still want to take out more of a position in Bitcoin, a correction's coming. It will happen, in my opinion, and that's really what I like to wait for. And just to sum up the point, let's sum this up before we get to the last 2 news stories that are making headlines today. Then we can all go get our cup of coffee, start our day off right. Let's look at 2017. And basically what I just said, even when we were rallying up, and this was, little did we know at the time, but this was the entrance, the beginnings of a bull run. We corrected. So the point I'm trying to make is, even when something comes up, if you still want to take out a position, wait for the correction. Me personally, I think this is a little bit of a bounce, and I think we're going to see the market go lower. That's where I'm coming from. Let me know what you think in the comments. And again, we drop a video on the cryptocurrency market every single day, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. You do not want to miss one. All right, 2 more news stories coming at you, things making headlines today. Let's get into it. And again, leave me a comment down below on your strategy. I really want to know. U.S. lawmakers. All right, this is interesting. 2 members of the House of Representatives are finally, and they had a roundtable a few months ago, but they're finally seeking some action to exempt cryptocurrencies and certain other digital assets from federal securities law. So they're trying to take Bitcoin away from these archaic security laws they were forced to comply with. And this is called the Token Taxonomy Act and was introduced Thursday by Reps Warren Davidson and Darren Soto. So I like this. This is a positive sign. And, honestly, I don't know if it'll get passed, and we won't know for several weeks/months, but it's a positive sign that they're making the legislation to start the process. Some other things besides getting around securities laws that I want to bring to your attention is it also takes into account tax implications. The bill includes other crypto-friendly measures as well, including parts that focus on tax implications of buying, selling, or using cryptocurrencies. So it's hopefully going to fix the problem of getting taxed every time you buy a cup of coffee with your Bitcoin. Because obviously mass adoption will not happen, in the US at least, until the tax laws change. And exemptions made with purchases, just mentioned that, and also exchanges from one cryptocurrency to another, just transferring crypto. They're trying to make that tax exempt as well. I'll leave this in a link in the description below, but it's just a positive sign. I wanted to bring it to your attention. The last news story, and team, if you've made it this if you made it this far with me in the video, please let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you like. But last piece of news is something that happened to me before this news story even came out. And let's read this. Coinbase wants you to earn crypto while learning about crypto. And you might have gotten an email the other day. I know I did, because the exchange sent out invitations to a select group of crypto lovers, I guess they knew me well, who could visit Coinbase, which I did, and earn ZRX tokens to watch a video on ZRX and to learn about it. Basically, it took less than a minute for each video, and I think I earned 3 or 4 ZRX tokens for every video that I watched. And I answered a 1-question test about it. And basically they want to educate the public on their coins on their exchange. And having acquired earn.com back in April, Coinbase has just launched its first product out of that relationship, and it's called Coinbase Earn. I did it. I earned some ZRX tokens, and it was just beginner level stuff, but I liked it. It was a great refresher, and nothing wrong with owning more ZRX tokens. So if you see that in your emails, feel free to do it if you want to. Just easy money. Anyway, this was the video for today. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As soon as I post this, I will be talking to you in the comments. So let me know what you think. And all right, we'll see you tomorrow.